Hi everyone, and welcome to our October webinar. I am going to make apologies very early on that I do have a bit of a cold. Wonderful spring in Melbourne, so if my voice is a bit strange and I do cough occasionally, I do apologise in advance. Now, for those of you who didn't join us last month, I just wanted to recap on last month's topic, which was from zero to hero, which was all about our business development team and how they can help you take your business from literally nothing, so no database, into a fully fledged business in a matter of a year, sometimes even quicker. So that was all about the support, which brings us to this month and ties in quite nicely with spring and my spring cold, which is all going to be about a new start and how you can go about making the leap and taking the course to start your own business with Travel Counsellors. Now, for those of you who haven't seen any of our webinars before and are watching for the first time, just want to run through some quick facts about Travel Counsellors. So as you can see, we operate in 7 countries around the world, with the majority of our travel counsellors being in the UK. Now, we've just updated these statistics today actually, and so they're 4 short of 1,000, so I'm sure there'll be a big party over there when we reach the 1,000 mark in our UK office. Our Netherlands and Belgium office, which is run out of The Hague, are currently sitting at 181 across the 2 countries. I think it's roughly split with about 160 in the Netherlands, not that that's important. We have 147 in our Cape Town, looked after from our Cape Town office in South Africa. Ireland currently has 64 travel counsellors, and our friends in Dubai have 48. And we're currently sitting at 144 travel counsellors in Australia. So you can see there that we are quite a large business, operate globally, and the other thing that's really important to remember is that all of those people are your colleagues. So some 1,550 plus agents around the world to help you with your business as well. So just some really quick fast facts. So Travel Counsellors was established in 1994, but has been operating in Australia for just on 10 years. So next year will be a really big one for us. Our conference will be huge, and I've heard some pretty exciting things about where it might be. So that's one to stay tuned for, or even if you do decide to join, something to look forward to. In the last 12 months, we have turned over $953 million. So $953 million in sales as a business. So we're certainly a large concern and not a small business by any means. As I mentioned, 1,580 travel counsellors and 140 plus in Australia. And we do operate in the 7 countries. We currently have over 150 head office support staff that look after you and help you run your business. And the only travel company in the world to win 2 Queen's Awards for Enterprise. Again, that is a very prestigious award in the UK that you do actually go and accept from the Queen, so almost like the Queen's birthday honours or something that we would know of in Australia. Our NPS score is 96%, which places us, I think, definitely ahead of Apple and Harley Davidson, but I think most recently saw us as the number 1, or the company with the highest NPS score in the world. Now, NPS, for those of you who don't know, is a score of customer satisfaction. So all of our customers love working with us and think that our customer service is of an extremely high, even unheard of standard. 97% of our agents would never return to their previous jobs, and 96% of our agents rate their job satisfaction as high or very high, and our agent retention rate is 90%. So there you go, I've got all of the talking out of the way first up, and I made it through without coughing, which is amazing. But as I mentioned earlier, today's webinar is really about taking that leap of faith and beginning a new start, as spring is so often defined with or talked about as. So we thought it was a really great opportunity to bring on some travel counsellors that have started their business in the last 12 months. So we're going to talk to 2 travel counsellors today. Deborah, who is literally the newest member of our Travel Counsellors family. She's on her last day of induction today, and so has started with us literally this week. week, so we thought it'd be good to get her insight from a fresh perspective of how that has gone. And we'll also speak to Simone in South Australia. She thankfully she pre-recorded an interview with us earlier in the week that we'll play back as well. But whilst we'll do the magic work of cameras and move around a little bit, we're just going to go to a little break while I bring Deborah in and we'll have a chat with her. Cool. So I'm sitting here with our newest member of the TC family, Deborah. She's joined us this week on induction. So thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Yeah. So we're just going to run her through a few questions and ask you about your experience of joining TC as well.
Okay.
So if you wouldn't mind, can you tell us what motivated you to want to start your own business and leave the agency environment?
Okay, all right. So I've just been thinking about it for quite a while, just wanting to do my own thing, and I've got friends and family and just people constantly asking, do I have my own booking agency? I'm like, no, not really. And it's been in the back of my mind for quite some time, so it's not like a spur of the moment, woke up and thought, I'm going to be running on my own two wheels today. So it's something that I've been thinking about for quite some time.
Okay. Yeah. I guess because you have been thinking about it for a while, what were some of the concerns that you had to overcome, I guess, to start your own business and join Travel Counsellors?
All right. So my main concern was how I was going to go about it, start it all up, and basically the support, because obviously you're on your own, and also maybe just the fact is that you're running on your own might be, it might get a little bit lonely, or it's a bit different than being in the office environment where you have people talking to you all the time as well, and just the interaction as well. So they were my main concerns basically.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so throughout the process, and obviously the recruitment process, and now that you've kind of almost finished induction, you've still got a day or so to go, how has Travel Counsellors overcome those concerns that you've had?
Well, the training is great. So basically I was a little bit nervous, thinking I'm not really going to know what I'm doing, and maybe it's not right for me, but looking at the system and seeing all the support I have and the processes, it's kind of made me feel a lot more comfortable in running my own business basically.
Yeah. And how have you found the induction? Because you've come from New South Wales to Melbourne for the week.
Yes.
Has it been valuable for you to be in head office and to
Most
meet
definitely.
everyone? Yeah?
Yes, definitely. Look, the support is real good, unbelievable, and I'm a stone throw away from the learning centre as well, so it's well worth coming down. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and it's kind of nice to meet everyone and put a name.
Yes, it is. Yeah, put a name to the face,
or face to the name, maybe, for the people that'll be supporting you
right.
throughout the time. Yeah. And I guess during the recruitment process as well, did doing the business plan and talking to business development help in all of that?
Oh, most definitely. Yeah, I've got some ideas going through my head at the moment, and really want to put those into place. So yeah, definitely being pointed in the right direction, or just have you thought of this, or maybe have you thought of that option? So it's very enlightening. Yeah, definitely.
And I know that you kind of looked at some other models or some other things as well. So what was it that attracted you to Travel Counsellors?
Just the whole packages. I guess the whole concept in a whole package basically. The support's there, the training is there, the backup, the systems have been really great. I mean, it's an amazing system, and all the support and the stationery, the whole thing is
so I guess it's kind of the brand,
the overall brand. And
I guess so you were saying the support, the
technology,
which is
technology,
and now very clear.
The training is very far. I can highly recommend it. So it was looking at other sort of competitors out there. Travel Counsellors was basically the way to go for myself anyway. So definitely recommend it.
Perfect. All right. So last question, I promise.
Yes.
But what would you say to people who are thinking about taking the leap and starting their own businesses, and why would you recommend Travel Counsellors to them?
Definitely. Look, if I was going to recommend my friends, definitely go into those events, the introduction of what Travel Counsellors is about. Highly recommend it. The support's all there. That's one thing that I can't stress enough is that why Travel Counsellors? You've got the support. There's a whole network of travel counsellors out there, and just the whole experience is it's going to benefit you yourself basically in the long term.
And I guess one of the things that you kind of touched on there too is don't be afraid to ask questions. If something's not clear or you see something that maybe another model or something has, then ask about it.
Definitely.
You know, clarify it, find out, isn't it? And then we've got all the information, which is really important. Cool. All right. Well, we'll no doubt see you out and about, and in a few. Doing very, very well, and we'll probably have you back in, 12 months' time talking about how successful you are and all of that. So best of luck. I know you've still got a couple of days of induction left, which is exciting, but thank you for spending some time with us.
Thank you.
So thanks again to Deborah as she kind of leaves the studio. But just to give you an idea of, I guess, how involved and how much Deborah has thrown herself into her new business, she was actually already out at an industry event in Melbourne last night, and she's obviously not from Melbourne, she's from New South Wales, and has already made some great friendships with some of the other travel counsellors that were there. And I saw a video of her dancing with some of our travel counsellors head office staff as well, which is pretty fun. So we might bring that out on her at a later date. But I also spoke with another travel counsellor who started with us in March, Simone, who lives in a regional location in South Australia earlier this week. She lives there all of the time. I spoke to her earlier this week. Sorry, that sentence didn't make a whole lot of sense. But we've pre-recorded that interview, so we might just go to that and hear Simone's thoughts on starting her own business as well. So thanks for joining us, Simone. We really appreciate you taking the time to have a chat with us today. So the first question I wanted to ask is, what motivated you to start your own business?
Well, I've had 4 years out of the travel industry after having 2 children, and always wanted to get back into the industry, but wasn't quite sure if it was going to be too feasible going back into the industry and commuting. I thought starting from home and working from home would be a really good balance with the kids and flexibility.
Yeah. So when you were researching, I guess, different models and different things, what was it that attracted you to Travel Counsellors?
I really love the support that's there in head office, because it was a little bit daunting working from home by myself and having no one to bounce off of. But knowing that the support team's there if you have any questions, or you can drop a line to somebody, one of the other travel counsellors, always helped. And just generally the flexibility of being able to do your own hours, what worked for you with the children.
Yeah, perfect. And what were your, obviously when you're starting out your own business and working on your own, what were your main concerns about joining Travel Counsellors?
My main concerns were that I could only get 2 days a week childcare. So just if 2 days that I could guarantee solely working for Travel Counsellors was going to be enough.
Yeah.
And if I'd be able to balance it as well.
Yeah. And were there any other concerns around client base or anything like that?
I was always a little bit unsure if the support would be there within the community, because I'm from a small town of 1,000 people. So really required the support of the town to be able to be successful. And the fact that there are 3 travel agents only 60 k's away, if that would give me a go or not.
Yeah, okay. And I guess since you've been with us and you've been working on your business, have you overcome those concerns that you initially had when you started?
Yeah, definitely. The support's been amazing. I've tried to get my name out there lots, done a few stalls at shows, and the support's been overwhelming. I've been really busy, and just my 2 days have been working really, really well as well.
Yeah.
I've got 2 days with the kids in childcare, and it works great. And then I just work in the evenings when I need to.
Yeah.
And yeah, no, it's all been working really, really well.
Perfect. Okay, so what do you think has been your biggest achievement since you joined Travel Counsellors?
I think setting my business plan at the start of what I wanted to achieve each month and trying to stick to that has been a real push for me. And month after month I've been increasing my sales and getting my name out in the community was the other big thing for me. A lot of people thought I was just a mum because I didn't work in town before having children. So getting my name out there that I'm a travel agent and I've been in the industry for 14 years. It's been great.
And that's probably one thing to point out as well, wasn't it? Because where you worked before you had kids, which was, like you said, 4 years ago, actually wasn't in your community, was it? It was in a bigger town further away.
That's right, 60 k's away. So I was in Port Lincoln 6 days a week and barely in Cummins during the day, so no one really knew what I did before that.
Yeah. And so that was part of it, wasn't it? Was getting people to be aware of who you are and what you did from home.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I had to really advertise and do events just to advertise that that's what I do and that I've been in the industry for a fair while. So,
yeah, perfect. Okay, so what do you love most about being a travel counsellor now that you've made the leap and you are one of us?
Is the flexibility. I absolutely love that I can work my own hours and still be a mum for the other days of the week, and also the support again in head office has just been just a huge ease back into the travel industry. If I have any questions, the support's always there. You can just pick up the phone and not hesitate there. Everyone's very friendly and willing to help out whenever you need.
Oh, good to hear. Okay, last question, and probably the most important one. So, do you have any advice for anyone who's thinking about joining Travel Counsellors?
My advice would be just to do it. It's been the best thing I've done, getting back into the industry. The flexibility, again, I can't really stress enough about that. It's just been amazing to be able to balance work-life. You can work as much or as little as you like.
Yeah.
I've started off only a couple of days a week, but I can't wait to increase the business as the children get older.
Yeah, it's already happening, isn't it? You're getting phone calls left, right and centre from what we can hear. But
great.
It would also be remiss of me to let you go without having out talking about your office behind you. It looks amazing. So you've set up your own purpose built, haven't you? You kind of put together your office and it looks amazing.
Thank you. I thought Incoming's been a small town. Just felt like the need was there to have somewhere for people to come.
Yep.
To be able to grab a roaster, have a coffee, and sit down and go over where they wanted to go.
Yep.
Rather than meeting in the one coffee shop we've got here in Cummins. And I just thought it was a bit more private.
Yeah,
Good way to do it.
Awesome. Simone, thank you so much for taking the time to have a chat with us. And I'm sure if there is anyone out there that wants to know any more, that you would be more than happy for them to drop you a line or to give you a call. But we wish you well. You're already doing amazingly, and we're sure that in the years to come you'll do even better. So thanks for joining us.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Pleasure.
Thanks, Simone. We'll talk to you soon. Oh, and thanks again to Simone for taking some time out of her day in her amazing office to talk to us and to share her thoughts. So what we really wanted to do in this month's webinar was to let you hear it from the horse's mouth, so to speak, a very appropriate spring connection for us here in Melbourne as well as we head into racing season. But there's not really a lot more that I want to say other than you know that we are here for the support. Our technology is second to none, and that it's not as scary as you might think to take that step and start that new beginning for you and your family and your lifestyle. But just before we go, I just wanted to show you or to talk to you about some events that are coming up and invite you along to those. So I think we've got a bit of a slide. No, we don't have a slide. That's okay. Technical difficulties. But just to let you know, a late notice, I guess, we are starting a round of mini conferences actually tomorrow in Perth, and then following up with Monday in Melbourne, Tuesday in Brisbane, and Wednesday in Sydney. So if there is anyone out there in those capital cities who would like to come along for the half day, it starts at about 9:30 and concludes at about 3, and see who we are and what we're about, then you are more than welcome to. Please just give me a call on the number that's been displayed throughout the show, and we can get you to see what Travel Counsellors is like firsthand and experience our mini conference, which is our half yearly or 6-monthly conferences that we do in between our big annual conference. And lastly, just to let you know that our next webinar in November will be on the 10th, and we haven't quite decided the topic yet, so if anyone's got any suggestions or there's anything that they'd really like to hear about or know more about, just drop us a line, and we can certainly base our next webinar around that particular topic for you and answer those questions. But of course, I'm here to answer questions anytime. You can call me, you can email me. If you'd like to meet up for a coffee, then I can do that as well. I do travel around the country most of the time, so it's not just in Melbourne. I can catch you around the other states as well. And of course, if you would like a demonstration of our Phoenix system, it's as simple as letting me know, and we can do that remotely via your screen, so that we don't even have to be in the same room, so to speak. The wonderful world of technology. But thank you so much for joining us for the webinar. I have held through without coughing all over everyone and in the studio, and I'm sure I'll be much better next time. But until then, enjoy spring and think about that new start that could be your own business with Travel Counsellors.